I have lived in Sarasota for over 8 years, and I can honestly say I probably moved to Sarasota not knowing very much about it. And kind of blindly moved to Sarasota, and some would call me crazy, and they have. But now, after 8 years of living in Sarasota, there's some real realities about living on this Florida Gulf Coast. And I'm going to share the difference between the realities and the expectations. So let's get into it. For most people that move to Florida, they start by visiting Florida, and they're sitting on the beaches enjoying this warm sunshine. They're going to tiki bars, having cocktails, and they're thinking, man, I would love my life to be like this year round. And you know what? When you live in Florida, that's exactly what can happen. However, we're not all sitting on the beaches all the time. In reality, most year-round Florida residents don't use the beaches nearly as much as you would expect them to. For most of us, we don't like to go to the beaches during season or during the winter months. We much prefer the beaches during summer and early fall because one, the water is warm and the crowds are much less. However, as I said, there's a lot of people that don't use the beaches. So what do residents of Sarasota do if they're not beach lovers? Well, almost everyone seems to have some kind of outdoor hobby. Number one hobby I find is boating. So many people like to spend their day out just cruising around. They may be out catching fish for dinner tonight, or they're pulling up to a sandbar and enjoying an afternoon with friends and just having a great time on the water. We also have kayakers and paddleboarders and so many water lovers here. But if water isn't for you, the reality is we also have great outdoor activities such as golf, tennis, pickleball, walking, biking. Everything you can think of can be done right here. And a lot of residents simply just enjoy walking. We have the best opportunities to get out daily on Legacy Trail. There's many residents that love getting up in the morning and walking the Ringling Bridge or walking the 3.5 miles around Venderson Lake. So you can be outdoors all the time. We also have over 90 golf courses. We have lots and lots of pickleball for all my pickleball lovers. Recently, Dill Dinker's indoor courts just opened. We have Pompano outdoor courts, and almost every neighborhood now has pickleball courts. So you're never gonna run out of options when it comes to pickleball. This next reality really surprised me, and I'm not even sure why. But Sarasota County and Manatee County has over 30 miles of beaches. We have Siesta Key, Lido Key, Longboat Key, and so many beautiful beaches. But what really surprised me is that they're all very different. They all have their own personality, charm, residents, activities. They're so special, and I love that so much about the barrier islands here along Sarasota. So whether you want casual, formal, quiet, busy, beautiful sand, you're gonna find that, and every single one has a beautiful sunset. Another reality about living in Sarasota, well, it's not just for retirees, which I hear people talk about. No, Sarasota is ideal for families as well. We have so many different activities to keep the kiddos busy, from going to jungle gardens, which is filled with exotic animals and things to do and see. Your kids will love it. We also have Pop Stroke, which is the Tiger Woods putting green, which is perfect for an afternoon or evening with the family, and we see lots of kids out there enjoying it. And opening this year is Moat Sea Aquarium. At Moat Sea, there are going to be over 1 million gallons of animal habitats with new exhibits, 3 stories of hands-on teaching labs, on-site diving programs, and larger-than-life murals. So there's going to be so much to see at Moat Sea. So Sarasota is not just for retirees. Sarasota and Manatee counties are actually adding more and more schools and outdoor sports fields, such as big soccer fields, baseball fields, basketball courts. There's so much for the younger generation. They're gonna love it here. This reality we need to talk about is about hurricanes. Now, I came here not even thinking about hurricanes. I didn't fear them because I grew up in the Midwest. I had tornadoes. I've had family members lose homes to tornadoes. I've seen small towns destroyed by tornadoes. So weather wasn't really on my mind as a big issue when moving. However, Now that I've lived through hurricanes, I can say it is very different. It's still not going to make me move, and I'm not going to fear hurricanes, although the destruction is definitely costly. It's widespread. Now, specifically if you live coastal. I live inland. I did not experience any devastation on the last 3 hurricanes of 2024, although so many people I know have. But hurricanes really take an emotional toll because, first of all, we have so much notice, which is really good and really bad because you can prepare, you can be ready, but you also are on pins and needles for days wondering, is it going to strike? Where's it going to strike? Is it going to be as bad as the press is talking about? However, what I have found, hurricanes are going to hit any coastal community, and it could be up and down the coast from New York City to Miami to Louisiana and Texas. Hurricanes are part of life. Luckily, homes are built stronger. We have stronger windows, doors, roofing materials than ever before. And we never know when we're going to be hit by a hurricane. So as devastating as they are, Floridians are prepared. And one big thing, after a hurricane does hit, the amount of community and the outreach and our neighbors helping neighbors, it's really heartwarming to know everyone is in this together. So weather does scare you. Florida may not be the best place for you. However, I'm not leaving based on hurricanes. Before moving on, if we have not met yet, I'm Lisa McBride with Sarasota Neighborhood Experts. My team and I love helping so many of you guys buy, sell, and invest in real estate. So give me a call today and let us know if we can be of any help. Now let's move on to the next reality. Sarasota is much more than just Sarasota. It's truly the greater Sarasota Manatee counties. And we have so much to offer, whether it's Venice, Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, all of our barrier islands, so much to see. And I encourage people to always use them all. And I like to say that I really use everything here because we have so many different little shopping areas such as downtown Sarasota, St. Armand's, Waterside Place. You'll never run out of restaurants to try, and I'm sure you'll find your favorites, whether that's at UTC, out on Longboat Key, or in Nokomis, because their options are endless in our area. The next thing I want to talk about, because I've heard people say this, is that Sarasota rolls up the sidewalks about 9 o'clock at night. And that really is not true at all. Again, we're not just for retirees. There are so many events, festivals, dances, music, something constantly happening throughout this area. So if you want to get your groove on, you definitely can do that. All you need to do is download the Go Tonight app and find out where your favorite band is playing or if there's karaoke happening somewhere. So there's lots to do after 9 o'clock at night. The next reality I want to talk about is that every neighborhood isn't a cookie cutter neighborhood. I know we have a lot of production builders and people think that we just have these rows and rows of homes that all look exactly the same, but that is not true. We also have beautiful old neighborhoods, homes built in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, even neighborhoods in the 70s and 80s that have big towering oak trees, neighborhood parks, and just beautiful different architecture that we don't see in some of the new construction neighborhoods. So if you don't want those concrete block boxes as a home, we have many options. And the last reality we need to talk about is cost of living. Here in Sarasota, to live in paradise definitely comes with a pretty hefty price tag. We are not the most expensive place to live in Florida. That would be either Collier County in Naples or Monroe County at the Florida Keys or even Palm Beach County. But here in Sarasota, Manatee counties, we are definitely more expensive than the average in Florida. So there you have it, 10 realities of living in Sarasota, Manatee County. If you have any questions about living in the area, please give us a call. We love helping so many of you buy, sell, and invest, as I said earlier. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, take care.